Hello, I'm Joe, the fragrance fanatic, and today we're going to be talking about this, which is possibly one of the woodiest fragrances on the market. So, this Neroli Wood, Eau de Parfum by Banana Republic. Now, I have done one of the Banana Republic fragrances reviews before, but this is totally different. This is completely different, and in fact is one of my favourite perfumes or fragrances on the entire market, and that is for its uniqueness. Now, this is one of the most unique fragrances I have ever smelled. In the box, you're presented with this, a lovely 75ml bottle of fragrance. Now, this comes in 75ml and 100ml bottles. You can also get it in a 15ml bottle if you so desire, but this is a brilliant fragrance. It is totally one of the most unique fragrances I could ever smell. It is, I mean, first of all, this brilliant heavy cap pops on, pops off. And then you've got this, the beautiful fragrance. There you go. I'll just give you a wee spray it there. Give you a close-up look of what it smells like. And wow, it is just, it's incredible. It's such a deep and bassy smell. It smells like you're almost in a workshop, to say, you know, a workshop where someone is creating wooden benches or something. You're thrown off at the start slightly with a mandarin leaf kind of smell. It is minorly citrusy. So you get a little bit of mandarin, but you've also got that neroli wood there. So you've got some neroli in there at the start. So you've got that kind of neroli and mandarin smell. Is kind of creating a little bit of a citrusy smell to start you off. But the base notes of this is what comes through from the start, but then settles. And as they settle, you get what truly this fragrance is all about. So the base notes, moving, you know, skipping the mid notes right down to the base notes. The mid notes are about, I think they're roughly coconut, but you don't really get that at all. The base notes are amber, sandalwood, cedar wood. So it's a beautiful fragrance, really, really strong woody smell. And again, just as with Banana Republic, they're so versatile, their fragrances, that they've got the huge iconic range. Banana Republic are, you know, they're often talked down upon, I think, by the fragrance community and the fragrances they create, but I'll never understand that. Where I live in the UK, we don't really get much Banana Republic clothing about, so really, to me, Banana Republic is just a fragrance supplier or fragrance creator, fragrance house. And so all I see is some incredible, unique fragrances that you don't get off the mainstream kind of supply that you may be getting from Gucci, Armani, you know, the kind of top well-known clothing brands that also create fragrance brands, you know, those ones that we hear about. They're not as kind of crowd-pleasing fragrances as you might think. I'm not saying that this isn't crowd-pleasing. This is a smell that you're going to crave. Its uniqueness brings you forward and makes you want to just carry on smelling it all day. And that brings me to one of the low points about this fragrance. Maybe this is the reason Banana Republic are talked down upon. Maybe it's to do with their longevity. So the longevity of Banana Republic fragrances, they're not brilliant, to be fair. They aren't brilliant. This will last you 3 hours at tops, 3 to 4 hours tops. But if you get a bottle of this size, it's easy. You know, you can slip it into your pocket. It's going to be a bit heavy. It's probably better off putting it in a bag or something. But bring it with you. Banana Republic fragrances, this here cost me £25, which is roughly $28. So it's not a huge price. In fact, it's a pretty cheap price if you're buying a good fragrance. That's one of the only problems you'll ever have with this fragrance, is its longevity, because its projection is incredible. You know, everyone can smell it around you, and you get, it's a grown-up fragrance. It's not something for younger people. It's probably more middle-aged man, strong, masculine smell. But off the bat, I wouldn't envisage a woman wearing it, but perfectly possible and perfectly suitable for a woman if she so desired, because it's a unisex brown smell. And in my opinion, really, aren't all fragrances unisex? Yes, despite, you know, the connotations with certain fragrances, if a woman or a man wants to wear a separate gendered fragrance, and so be it. I realised I didn't actually talk too much about the bottle, and you know, a lot of you probably really don't care about the bottle and the box, but I will just jump back to that before continuing with the smell, the fragrance, and telling you a little bit more about what it's developed into. Very, very briefly, the box. I know a lot of you really don't care about the box, but it is quite a nice presentation. It comes very, very solidly fixed into there. I mean, I don't want to shake it too hard, because I'm sure if I shook it hard enough it would come out, but it is fairly solidly fixed into this box, and it comes out. Again, that was what I was when I first ever, you know, found out about Banana Republic. I was so surprised at the quality of everything they produce, you know, because then you take off this cap and it is weighty, very, very weighty. This is pure metal. Well, it's got a little bit of plastic on the inside to keep it on, but it's pure metal otherwise. And other than that, everything about the bottle is fine. You know, it's perfectly in line with the sticker, and very, you know, it's just a solid shape. They're not needing to make a really glitzy bottle, because you know what? That does everything for you. It's just such a brilliant fragrance. I could just smell that all day. In fact, I'm going to make a video on this at some point, but this is probably in my top 5 fragrances out there. Just such a beautiful smell. And so now, you know, maybe this will be a little bit skewed, but I can smell from my hand now all the top notes and the kind of citrusy is gone. The citrusness is gone, and you're really, really left with this hearty, woody smell. As I said, it's a little bit like walking into a workshop, and it doesn't smell industrial, but what it smells is you get that almost sweetness, but earthiness, sweetness from the wood, and you also, yeah, I'm sure you start to pick up the coconut there, and when you get to the base notes, that all kind of comes together and forms this really solid base smell that's going to stay with you all day. Remains a little bit of grapefruit, kind of mandarin-y smell. It remains just a tiny bit, but really you've just got that woodiness, and that's really all you need from this fragrance. This is what it is. It's called Neroli wood. It's a woody fragrance, and it is beautiful. It's for the men and women out there that want to smell like someone has squeezed the sap of a tree all over you without the stickiness. That's my summary of this fragrance. It is a brilliant fragrance, and I hugely recommend it for such a brilliant price. Banana Republic, you've done it again. I totally recommend using this brand as a daily fragrance. Bring it with you if you're a little bit worried about longevity, because you know what? So be it. You know, if you're going to pay that cheap price for such a brilliant fragrance, longevity, bring it with you. And then when it starts to cool down, when it starts to dampen down, when you start to lose this fragrance a little bit, and no one can really smell it off you, if you do get that point, you can afford to give it, I don't know, 12 sprays a day if you wanted to. You can afford to give it more and more and more. You know, I've only used that much of this bottle, but you know, I've had 2 previous bottles of this before. Just because I love it so much. It's probably, as I said, one of my favourite fragrances out there. I totally recommend it. And yeah, please do check this out. And all of Banana Republic's other fragrances. Check out my other video I did on the Icon range. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll hopefully see you again next time. Please do like, subscribe and comment. Give me a comment to let me know what you've thought of the video, and then what you'd like to see next time on the channel. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time on The Fragrance Fanatic. Bye for now.